Hi everyone, so it's time for another sketchbook tour. I've been working on this sketchbook for a while and it's just full of a whole bunch of different kinds of drawings, and it's mostly for practice. It just has a lot of the sketches that I did before I made a lot of the drawings on my YouTube channel, and I basically started to get into this last summer, so there's some stuff in here I'm really not proud of, and I only recently started to fill up the last few pages, so a lot of the stuff in here I consider to be old and like outdated stuff. But it's really like, I guess it shows my progression, and it took me a really long time to finish this sketchbook. You can see how old it is. There's like, it's ripping and it's not being held together as securely as it used to. But now I will start the tour. So I wrote here style practice sketchbook, but it really just became everything. So it says 2016, so like I said, I started using it like August of 2016, and I just recently finished it the other day. And I don't draw on both sides, like I don't have very strict rules with my sketchbooks. I just do whatever, especially ones like these, because there's such a large time difference between a lot of the drawings in it. I just use this whenever I needed to sketch something. I didn't like set out my goal to finish it with nice sketches, so yeah. So this is the drawing I made for a class. It's newer, but it's at the beginning for some reason, but it's a lot newer than a lot of the stuff in here. This is a Pokemon trainer, the Pokemon trainer from Pokemon Sun and Moon. That's the sketch, but it's like a printed, enlarged version of the sketch. This is a sketch for a drawing I also did for my one of my YouTube videos. These are some more sketches, some thumbnails. This is a sketch I did before a Copic drawing. I colored in a pencil sketch with Copic markers here, and these are just thumbnails trying to figure out composition. This was for a hair tutorial. This was a design for a shirt that's in my Redbubble store. I just like taped a bunch of stuff to pages. I'd never done this with sketchbooks before, but I had so many loose sketches lying around, so I decided to just fill this with those sketches, so that's mostly what this is. Here's for the Sharpie challenge. This is a metallic Sharpie. There's so many things wrong with this drawing. I don't like it. I don't know why I ended up going with this. Like, her neck is too long and just a strange face and style, and it just looks strange, but yeah, that's why I want to redo the Sharpie challenge. Some thumbnails, some testing out the Sharpies. That's what that page was for. This was a sketch for a Copic drawing. This was a sketch also for a Copic drawing, but this is a scanned and printed version of the sketch, I think, and then I just added on to it after, and all the colors here are like pastels. I don't know why. A drawing of a girl brushing her hair. This is old too. This was one of my first videos I made one of the first traditional videos I did after doing digital for so long because of school. I just didn't really upload anything to my YouTube channel, but I've been really active ever since I posted this video. I've been like regularly uploading, so that's like kind of like the start of the comeback to my channel, I guess, the comeback of my channel. These are some thumbnail coloring in stuff for this drawing. I don't know why I didn't put them on the same page, but I tried different color combinations. I think I went with this background and this one, but I don't know, the way that drawing turned out isn't my favorite thing. There's a lot of things wrong with it. This was a sketch for a 3-marker challenge, but I don't like the final result at all. Why is this taped together? I don't know. This was a sketch, I think I colored over this digitally at one point. I was going to make this into a drawing. It'll probably happen one day, but it just didn't work out. I wanted to do it in, was it pencil crayon? Yeah, and then I messed it up really badly, but I like the concept a lot and I want to revisit that. So maybe I'll do that soon. Practice sketches from photo reference. They're kind of strange. I don't know. A ballpoint pen sketch on top of a red pencil, and I turned this into a pencil crayon drawing a lot earlier. Well, I guess in the middle of 2016, so close to when I started uploading more regularly again. So this was one of the other first videos of when I started again. It's a weird sketch. This was thumbnail planning for the drawing of the chicken that I did with the sneakers. It's just like an idea that came to me and I really wanted to execute it well. And I'm pretty happy with the way this one turned out for once. I think mostly because there's no like face involved and there's not a lot of anatomy because the chicken is covered in feathers. I made the chicken way too small in this thumbnail, but I think I made it bigger in the end. But it's still kind of too small, but I don't think it matters that much. This is a scanned sketch that I made bigger because I think I used this to transfer it to better paper. And these were planning the colors. I went with this color scheme, but I never finished that drawing. I might finish that. I haven't been recording it though, but I might finish that eventually. These are weird sketches. I've always kind of liked this one. I don't know why. It's just, the style's weird and there's a lot of things weird about it, but the overall pose and everything, I guess I like the composition of it. I don't know. Sketches, practicing people, stuff. I just like how textured this page looks. There's a lot of different things on it. It's like weird style experimenting. Trying to find my style. More weird unfinished stuff. Practicing eyes. I think that was going to be for a video, but I didn't end up filming it. This is from a page I ripped out. I don't know where that would be, but a lot of the pages I rip out, I end up using them as like scrap paper for stuff, so I have no idea where that page would be. There's a lot of them in here though. Weird faces again. This was me planning out stuff for a 5-marker challenge, and I ended up filming that, and I went with this drawing as the one. Theme ideas, I guess, blank pages. Some portrait sketches that some of them look really weird. I just don't bother fixing things. If they turn out weird, I just move on because I can't be bothered to erase them sometimes. This is a left hand, right hand because I'm left-handed. I just think this drawing isn't my favorite thing in the world anyway, but the right hand one looks so much worse. Yeah. Some colored pencil sketches, which I don't think I've ever done before this page. They're pretty fun to do. I enjoyed these a lot, and I'm kind of incorporating this technique into some of my more recent sketches. Some thumbnail ideas. I still like this one. Some more pencil crayon stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to draw guys. It's really difficult. I've always liked this one. I'm not sure why. I just kind of like her face and the pose and her hair and everything. I don't know. And this face too I've always liked for some reason. Just weird sketches pop out to me sometimes, I guess. Weird drawings. Oh, this is actually really recent, but it's way up here in the sketchbook for some reason because I just taped it in a few minutes ago. But this ended up being a drawing. This is just me trying to, I think, warm up sketches. Yeah, that's why a lot of them look really weird. I think I'm saying that a lot, but it's like I'll draw something and it'll look weird, but I don't fix it. I don't know why. Just in my sketchbook anyway. I don't know what this was going to be. I honestly have no idea. Pokemon Trainer, that's the original sketch for it. Another practice. I was going to just do a normal pose, but I wanted to do a more dynamic pose and make her face match Cosmog's face. I actually filmed this. I filmed this for Instagram, but I don't think it's still on my Instagram page. This I took a picture of and redrew it digitally. I always like this face too. This one's okay, but I just don't like the way I made the hair. But these aren't finished drawings, they're just for practice. This is a design in my Redbubble store. Oh, I forgot I posted that. I forgot about that design. There's a lot of different styles in this sketchbook, just a lot of experimentation. I don't know if I have a recognizable style. I draw things differently every time I pick up a pencil or pen. I don't know. Testing out new pencil crayons here. These are just random sketches. Ink wash, I think. I was just using this page of scrap paper. And this page, I was filming a video talking about style, and just from the perspective of like how your style can develop naturally. Of course you can still look for inspiration and practice, with your style, but ultimately the more you draw, the more your style will develop. So this was the first attempt at drawing all the faces, and this is the second one. And basically the whole idea, I was trying to draw each face in a different style, but I think they're all really rushed and not very good looking. I want to redo that video so badly. I feel like all the videos I film, I end up just wanting to remake them. I think this was for a video for testing how erasable these are, and these compared with these. So like Prismacolor, Color Erase, and the Pilot Color Eno. This was to plan out a bear galaxy type drawing. I did it with Copic markers on toned paper. Oh, I need to do more drawings on toned paper. I bought it for a reason. I want to do more drawings on it. I like toned paper a lot, because sometimes it's just good to start with a mid-tone rather than white, or I was gonna say white or black, but white is the most common color to draw on, not black. But sometimes starting with a mid-tone is a good way to go. Then you can add your highlights as well as your shadows. This was a video. I really want to do more drawings like this. I just enjoy drawing outdoor stuff like this in kind of simple shading, sketchy, messy feel to it, while still being neat, of course. But this is a video on my channel. I don't know if there was a special topic that went with this one. I think it was just a video. These are little thumbnails to plan it out. This is the final one. Little mushroom houses. It took me like under an hour to do that, I think, so it's not perfect. Another guy face. I don't know. This was done with crayons. It's a video as well on my channel. A lot of the stuff in here is, I basically dedicated this sketchbook to YouTube stuff. And I'm trying to put more thought and time into the things I do for YouTube, because sometimes I find myself rushing. I don't know why, because I feel forced to work on it and then I just go too fast and it ends up not turning out the way I want it to. So I'm trying to take my time more. I was testing to see if my gel pens worked, and as you can see, a lot of them definitely worked. I was trying to figure out a pose. I was going to do a drawing. I can't remember what it was for. I was going to do a very specific drawing, like I wanted to do a girl holding something in her hands, but this pose wasn't the way I wanted to go. I have the hands here, but I couldn't get the face and the shoulders right, so I just kind of moved on. I tried again, I couldn't do it. I don't know why. We're getting to the last few pages here. This is pretty recent. I think last week I made this page. I just like kept sketching. I was trying. Some days I find it's so easy to sketch, and some days it's like my hand doesn't know what it's doing and everything just looks weird, but I'm just trying out styles, shading techniques for sketches, and I was planning out a drawing here. This page is not really, oh, I just ripped this. I'll tape it back in. This page doesn't have much on it, of course. This one I did the other day as well. I really like this color. I don't know if it shows up the best on camera, but it's this indigo, like indigo blue Prismacolor Color Erase. I like it for sketching. It doesn't erase though. They say they're erasable. They're not really erasable. They're just more erasable than normal pencil crayons, but not as erasable as graphite is. This is another weird page trying to draw guys, and I guess I didn't put enough thought into some of these, but I kind of like the way this face shape turned out. I don't know what kind of hairstyles to do. Drawing hair for guys is so much harder than hair for girls, because long hair is a lot easier than short hair, because it's just strands rather than like you have to plan out each individual chunk of short hair. That's why it's so hard for me to draw guys. I know guys can have long hair, but... And this is the last page. It just looks so... I don't know, just like random stuff all over here. Scribbled out a face that looked weird. I wrote too much hair. This one's okay. I had fun with it. Just messy stuff. And yeah, that's the end of my sketchbook. So there was 100 pages in here, and I don't think there's still 100 left, but there's definitely a lot of pages that I ended up actually filling. I actually completed a sketchbook. I can't believe this. This hasn't happened in such a long time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing the progression. There's a lot of things in here that I'm not proud of. There's a lot of things that I am proud of. And I'm just glad I finished it. That's the most important thing, is to just keep drawing and draw as often as you can, even if it doesn't turn out perfect. It's just always good to keep being persistent with it, because that's the best way to improve your skills. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really want to be back with another sketchbook tour within the next few months. I don't know if that can happen, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill a sketchbook that quickly. It's probably not going to happen, but that is my goal anyway. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.